Welcome back, everyone. The coffee is made. It's early in the morning. It's time to head to the garage, and we got some things to talk about. Alright, everyone, welcome to the garage. Before I get started, I just want to give a big happy birthday salute here to the United States of America. Those of you that watch the channel know that I am a proud veteran of the United States Army. So, now on to the topic. Today's discussion is going to be about the Camaro, and the big $1,000,000 question in the room: is GM going to actually kill the Camaro? Actually, I don't think anybody really knows. Too many creators going out here just throwing out stuff for views, and it's kind of sad. Everybody's just so eager to put the nail in the coffin of this car, blame sales, visibility, all this other stuff. You know, it's just kind of, some of it is just ridiculous. So I want to talk a little bit about that today. First off, one of the better websites for GM people is the GM Authority, and then the Lethal Camaro has some pretty good stuff. I don't know if he's got context for it, but he's usually spot on about stuff, and he says there's going to be a 7th gen, but what GM Authority says, where all this is coming from, and GM won't give a yes or no. So actually, you would think if they said there will be no more, it would boost sales. So you kind of got to wonder if they're not going to say that there won't be one. Maybe there's going to be, but basically what they said is that the car was designed for about like an 8-9 year run, and then it was time for it to be refreshed. The problem is that the chassis, you know, GM wants to go with these chassis A, B, C, D, Alpha 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, and be able to put multiple cars on that chassis. So they said is that by 2023, when this is slated to be changed, the Alpha 2 chassis won't be ready. So there's going to be like a 2-year gap. So they said they're either going to have to keep the 6th gen around another 2 years so the chassis is out, or reinvent. Now, is reinventing it out of the question? I don't know. Think about this. The C8 Corvette's coming out. It's going to be a mid-engine car. Is it out of the realm of possibility to take the C7 chassis, stretch it out a little bit, and put the Camaro on it? I think the Camaro shares the same chassis as the bigger Cadillac. That's a big sedan. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to take the Camaro and possibly fit it on the C7 chassis, which probably a little better handling and stuff like that. So that might be a whole big possibility for the Camaro, and they're going to want to keep that secret. You know, if you're a fugitive on the run, if people looking for you, what do you want? You want them to think that you're dead, so nobody's looking for you. So if people think the Camaro's dead, they're not looking for it. If they see a weird car wrapped up, they're not going to think it's the Camaro. They might think it's some new other car. So think about that, right? You know, I'm pretty sure GM Chevy's real upset that all the stuff with the C8 Corvette that everybody pretty much figured out was a mid-engine Corvette like a year ago before they announced it. I'm pretty sure they wanted to keep that under wraps a lot longer than what it was. So now, one of the larger YouTubers out there, Stangmode, made some comments on the Camaro, and I want to kind of touch on those a little bit. So, those of you that have been watching my channel know, and before the keyboard warriors start stepping in there, you guys know I don't promote and don't condone bashing or putting down other channels or other cars. I don't tolerate it. I will delete comments, and if you want to keep coming back, I'll block it from the channel. I've done it before. You know, I'm trying to grow my channel. I don't like doing it, but I will, because I've always said before, keep it positive. So if you want to make a comment, you know, keep it smart, keep it, God, I'm having lost words, but, you know, just keep it positive. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to your opinion. If you think the Mustang's better, you think the Camaro's better, that's fine. That's why we buy the cars. And competition breeds these great cars, and Stangmode made a good comment about that himself. You know, if the Camaro goes away, where does that lead the Mustang? Because if they don't have any competition, you know, you're not going to strive that hard. You know, you might be stuck with the same car for years, because, you know, they have no way to compete with. Why put out money into R&D and all that if you have no direct competition? So it's kind of bad for both of us. But the one thing that really kind of just bothered me a little bit when he said, like, the Camaro's a redheaded stepchild and that Camaro owners look to graduating to the Corvette. I don't agree with that at all. I know quite a few Camaro guys in the local Cars and Coffee group. I have some YouTube friends that I talk to and that, and I don't hear any of us, especially me, talking about wanting to like graduate to a Corvette. I don't see it that way. We like the Camaro. We like the heritage, we like the Camaro, we like what it is. These cars are absolutely phenomenal anymore. They've broken the mold of being a muscle car or a pony car, as they were called, and are truly a respected sports car. As Stangmode pointed out, they're setting records in the Nürburgring and stuff like that. These cars have really become world class, and that goes to the price. You get what you pay for. The Camaro is a track-ready car. When you buy it, it comes with bigger air deflectors to put on the front so you can race it. These cars have ductwork coming through the grille to cool the brakes. There is a lot of aluminum used underneath this car. The whole subframe, a lot of the structure here in the front, the transmission mount, the engine mounts, all that is aluminum. And I'll put a picture up here, right here, like the Camaro and the Mustang, and you can look at the underbodies. This car is flattened out underneath. The Mustang still uses steel and stuff like that, which there's nothing wrong with it, but I just want to point out the difference of why one costs a little bit more than the other. There's a lot more use of a lot more expensive materials underneath the car. And you could tell, like people like Justice 6, which thank you guys, I know I've had a lot of subscribers come from his channel. When he started doing mods of his car, what's the first thing he did? He had to start upgrading the rear suspension, because those cars are famous for wheel hop. You know, I supercharged this car, added a little more than 200 horsepower to it, and I don't have any problem. I mean, I roast the crap out of these factory tires, but I don't have any wheel hop. And this car's taking the power just fine. I run drag radials, I haven't broke anything, so this drivetrain has a lot of room to upgrade without having to worry about stuff. I think Stangmode even blew his differential on his car with not a whole lot of mods. So the Mustang, it's a good car. It's just if you're going to mod it, you're going to have to put a lot more money into, where the Camaro just seems like it can handle a lot more power without going through those hoops and stuff like that. So I think that's why the Camaro costs just a little bit more. But last year during the Camaro Fest, they did say on the 2019 they were going to lower the price, and now it looks like for 2020 the prices drop again, and they're going to offer a Camaro that's going to be more competitive to the GT. Actually, I went on the Ford website and priced out a Mustang GT. So if you add the track pack and the heated leather seats, all the goodies basically, it comes up to about $49,000, $50,000, which is about what the 2SS costs. So the Mustang can get up there, but what Mustang has is you can get the base GT at about, I think, $35,000 or so, something like that. And at the end of the day, if you're going to the track, the only thing that matters is who gets to the end faster. So you could be sitting in a Camaro with your leather seats and all that, and if that Mustang beats you and he's just got cloth seats and all that, it really doesn't matter. You lost. And so Camaro or Chevy's now coming out with the LT1 Camaro. It's going to be kind of a more stripped down Camaro. It's going to have smaller tires in the back, which is not a big deal. You know, you're going to put the 245s on here, but this car's clearance for 305s. I have a 305 drag radial that I put on the back of this thing, so there's room. You still, the most important thing with these cars is that you had the engine, you had the transmission, you had the capability to go fast. It's just that when you get into the upper models, you have more goodies. So that's what Mustang's done a little bit better than Chevy is. They've kept the price of the Mustang low, but at the same time, like I said, the suspension components and all that's a little bit lesser. But at the end, if you're not going to race the car, it's really not even that much of a factor to you. Because if you're not road racing, you just want a drag strip. You're not going to need the lighter aluminum chassis. You're not going to need all that stuff. Is it nice to have in there? Yeah, but at the end of the day, like I said, if you're just going to drag race, if you're just driving on the street, it really doesn't matter. So sales are low, yeah. The 2019 refresh definitely did not help. I know a lot of us voiced our opinions at Camaro Fest, and GM still. You think they would have said, you know, screw it, we're not going to do the refresh, we're just going to keep this and just produce it for another year and actually listen to people and rethink it. But no, they went ahead and threw that thing out there and just didn't listen. That's part of their problem. I mean, we told them we don't like the car, and they didn't listen. It's almost like they're killing it on purpose. But it does look like for 2020 they did listen. You know, like I said, they're coming out with the LT1. They're going to lower the prices, things like that, and be a little bit more competitive. So that's a good thing. Also understand, you know, that they're putting a lot of resources into electric vehicles, which makes sense. They're a company, they need to stay profitable, they need to make money. You got Tesla out there killing it, selling cars, and it's just eating into what the big three. The problem with like them and like GM, their cars are funny looking little tiny things. Tesla's going out making somewhat cool looking sedans, just regular size cars, and that they're electric and they're going somewhere. So that's what GM really does need to focus, put some money and time, effort into that. I understand that, and just hopefully it doesn't come at the cost of the Camaro. So, sorry, Stang, I don't see this as the Viper. I don't see it as your McRib. It's not going to keep making comeback, something, whatever. I'm really hoping that the Camaro is going to be around. If not, maybe truck sales will start diminishing, SUV sales will start diminishing, and then more emphasis will be on cars. We don't know what's going to happen in the next few years. Maybe people are going to start getting tired of trucks, SUVs. I mean, they've been popular for quite a while. It's kind of that cycle of events, and I think maybe their time's come. Maybe that phase will start dying out. Kind of like in the 80s or something, everybody wanted the minivan. Then everybody wanted the mini pickup trucks and stuff like that. So it's gone through cycles, and maybe now the I want a big truck phase or a huge SUV is maybe it's starting to fade now. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's any of that in sight, but it could be possible. But if that does trickle down and people want to start going more into cars that are more performance oriented and fast, then the need, it could help boost it. Well, like I said, we don't know what's going to happen in the next few years. Anything can happen. So that being said, that's just kind of my take on everything. Like I said, I don't have anything against Stangmode. I think I like his channel a lot. I do watch it, even though I'm a GM car guy. I like his channel. I've never seen him talk bad about anybody. Never seen him talk bad about cars. He seems like a very calm, mellow, level-headed guy. I actually would love to meet him. I'd go up to where he's at. I'd love to see his Mustang. I'd love to talk to some other Mustang people and just get more in depth with those cars. They're not bad cars. I like them. Even the refresh. I know some people hated like when the new Mustang came out. I didn't have a problem with it. I actually kind of liked it. I had a neighbor that had a Roush Mustang, and he didn't like the refresh, and I thought it was cool, but that's me. Like I said, I had no problem with them, and I don't promote any type of bad mouthing of other channels and cars. Like I always say, keep it positive. I said, if Stangmode watches this or any people, I would love to meet them. I'll come up to, I think you're in Jersey, I'll come up there and check out your car. We can talk, something like that. That would be friggin' awesome, like I said. But in the long run, I don't have a problem with him. I'm just kind of responding to some of the questions. He's a larger channel. He put out a few things that I didn't really agree with, so I kind of wanted to comment on. And I just seen way too many people just putting a nail in the coffin of the Camaro, and hopefully it doesn't happen. I don't see it. And if they're gonna really kill off cars, why would they spend all the money on the Corvette? But then again, they did a redesign to refresh the Chevy Cruze, and then they killed it the next year. So there ain't no telling what these guys at GM. But anyhow, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button. If you're new here, if you've been around and you haven't subscribed, do that. Give me a thumbs up. I'm stumbling on my words. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit tired. I shot this actually earlier today. I did a driving shot and all this stuff to try to make it really interesting. And it turned into like a 35-minute long, like friggin' documentary. So I'm having to reshoot this at night in this hot garage, which is why I keep moving my arms, because like all the bugs outside, I don't want them in here. But anyhow. Oh, God, it's hot in here. I need to go get me a cup of coffee and try to work on this video a little bit. Thanks for watching. Like I said, subscribe, thumbs up. Stangmode, contact me. I'd love to come check out your car. I do the vlogs every day now, so tune in, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for another video. Thanks for watching.